Hi folks, and welcome to today's video. We're starting at St Pancras station to settle the debate. Is the train or the plane the best way to travel from London to Paris? First we'll board the Eurostar here at St Pancras and head to Paris, experiencing their business class lounge and seat. Later this afternoon, I'll travel across Paris from Gare du Nord to Charles de Gaulle Airport, where we'll fly back with British Airways in business class. We can then compare the seats, the onboard service, the total journey time, and also the cost of booking both, so you can see what option you pick for yourself. Now I'm really excited about this trip, and as usual, I'll be as honest as possible, even if that means taking a fair bit of flack in the comments. So sit back, relax, and let's see who wins the battle of Eurostar versus British Airways. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. Train versus plane to Paris and back. And to top it all off, St Pancras was super busy today. With the Olympics starting in just 2 days' time, it seemed like the whole world had descended on London to use the Eurostar. The Eurostar website suggested arriving at the station about an hour before your train is due to depart, which is what I did. There is a separate check-in for business Premier passengers, and it took me about 5 minutes to get through security. The process was similar to an airport, with bags and cases being scanned. I then headed straight into the business Premier lounge that Team GB were also using to see what was on offer. There was an open self-serve bar area with alcoholic drinks, soft drinks, a coffee machine and a tea section. The food on offer was a bit of a letdown though. It was mainly savoury snacks and crisps, and certainly wasn't the Olympic breakfast I'd imagined Team GB sitting down to eat. An attendant advised that there were some pastries upstairs, so I went upstairs to have a look. Now the upstairs area was a lot quieter than downstairs, and to be fair, there were a few pastries, but don't get carried away here. It was hardly a 5-star breakfast option for a business class lounge. I opted for a pan of chocolate, which tasted like it was made in London, not Paris. There was also a magazine section with 3 magazines for people to take on board. I did think this was a very nice touch. But it was then time to board, so I headed downstairs to the main entrance, and this is when I realised just how busy the lounge and the Eurostar service were. It was total bedlam and felt similar to leaving a concert or a football ground rather than a business class experience to Paris. But it won't be like this all the time, so keep that in mind, and I do fully appreciate that it's so busy because of the Olympics. So today we're in the business Premier section, and that is located in coach 16, which was the last coach at the very end of the platform. Now there were lots of people with huge suitcases that they were finding pretty tough to get on board. And as I was travelling light, I waited for everybody else to board to keep out of the kerfuffle. Now the platform staff did an absolute unbelievable job of getting everyone on board in a timely manner. With the sheer amount of people and all the luggage, it wasn't an easy task, but they managed to get the doors closed with a couple of minutes to spare before our departure. Once inside the cabin, my first impression was that it was a pleasant place to spend the next 2.5 hours. I was eagerly anticipating the journey ahead. Now the seats are arranged in a combination of double and single configurations, facing either forwards or backwards. I wanted a forward-facing single seat, so I chose seat 75, which was at the back of the carriage. Now this also allowed me to film without disturbing anybody. Now a little tip for anybody that wants a little bit more privacy, I would definitely choose the seats at the rear of the cabin. Since everyone is in front of you and looking forwards, it also allows you to keep a close eye on your luggage, which is located right behind you. And here's a quick word from today's video sponsor, TrainPal. With prices increasing all the time for travel, I'm always on the lookout for ways to save money and travel smarter. That's why I use TrainPal. With TrainPal, you can get the cheapest train tickets by splitting tickets without any booking fees. Plus, new users can enjoy up to 5% off UK and Euro train ticket vouchers. Do you have a rail card? Well, great, you can save even more money. Use code MARKTP to get 34% off all kinds of rail cards. You can also link it to your Oyster card to save 1/3 during off-peak times, so a rail card will give you discounted train tickets, London Underground and DLR travel all year round. And it's not just new users who get the perks, existing users can get up to 2% off UK and Euro train ticket vouchers as well. But that's not all. TrainPal is committed to sustainability. By tracking your journeys, TrainPal calculates the carbon energy you save, allowing real trees to be planted for the planet. So if you're like me and you love travel, download TrainPal today and start saving money while helping the environment. Happy travels! So a big thank you to TrainPal for sponsoring this video, but don't worry, I'm not going to start filling my videos with strange adverts for obscure stuff, but I do genuinely use TrainPal and it saved me loads of money. I was super excited when they reached out to me, so thank you. But now back to the Eurostar. Just as we were departing the station, the attendant came around and was handing out antibacterial towels with a QR code that had a link to the menu.
Issue which the technician has been made aware of and is making his way to resolve. Thank you for your understanding. I will keep you updated. I'll come back to you within the next 10 minutes with more information. Your patience. Once again, thank you for your patience. We will be making our move now. Chers passagers, votre attention, s'il vous plaît. Le problème technique a...
All in all, the delay wasn't too bad. I think it cost us about 20 minutes, but it was a good feeling to finally get off on our way to Paris. We were then given some savoury snacks, closely followed by a drink service that included Piper Heidsieck champagne. I opted for a glass to celebrate our journey to France.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
We quickly arrived at the UK port area Folkestone. We then prepared for the dive underneath the channel. It was then that the lunch service began. A highlight of the journey for me. I was impressed by how the Eurostar staff managed it. They presented each item from the menu, allowing you to see exactly what appealed to you the most. I went for the free-range egg and potato salad, but can I just say, the lunch service on the Eurostar was very impressive. Every dish was not only flavourful, but was also thoughtfully prepared to ensure passengers genuinely enjoyed their meal. Now, this wasn't just ticking a box of offering lunch, it was about creating a memorable dining experience. The portion sizes were also ideal, enough to leave you satisfied, but not overly full. Travelling through the tunnel took about 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden we popped up into France.
Welcome to France. The local time is 2:48 p.m. Our driver has just informed me that due to speed restrictions in the Channel Tunnel imposed by the signaller, our new estimated arrival time is now 4:15 p.m. 4:15 p.m. local time. He will try his best to reduce the delay. I will keep you informed if you have any questions or connections in Paris. We'll be walking through the train to assist you. Thank you again for your understanding and for your attention.
After finishing my lunch, I decided to embark on an important mission, inspecting the toilets. The Business Premier toilet was conveniently located right by the service area. I took a quick look inside. While it wasn't exactly a luxury spa, it was clean, which I thought was impressive given the steady stream of travellers making their way in and out. I then had a look into the standard cabin and was going to do a walkthrough with my camera, but it just looked way too busy and I didn't want to annoy people, but this is the standard class configuration. It was then time to head back to my seat for our arrival into Paris. Hi guys, right, so I've arrived in Paris and I couldn't come all the way over here without having a look around the city. So I've just poked my head out Gare du Nord station just to have a look around because it's such a lovely day. And as you can see, Paris is heaving. There's a vibe because the Olympics start in 2 days, so there's a good vibe on the street. Everybody seems in a happy place, the sun is shining. I've now got to find my way over to Charles de Gaulle Airport and come home with British Airways, which is going to be interesting because I thought that Eurostar service was excellent. The food was good, the service was good. So yeah, let's see if British Airways can compete with it. I'm going to head on in now and find my way over to Charles de Gaulle. So with the Olympics in full swing, everything at Gare du Nord station was exceptionally well organised and clearly signed. If you need to get to Charles de Gaulle Airport, you simply head into the station and follow signs to the metro. The trains to Charles de Gaulle Airport depart from the ground floor of Gare du Nord, so you'll need to go down one level to reach the ticket machines. These machines offer instructions in both English and French, making it really easy to purchase your ticket. My ticket cost me €11.80, and that was from Gare du Nord to Charles de Gaulle. And throughout the station there were these pink Paris Olympic signs on the floor, making navigation through Gare du Nord station absolutely foolproof. Once you've passed through the ticket barrier, follow signs for the B platform and board a train heading towards Aéroport Charles de Gaulle. Trains run frequently, so you won't have to wait long. The journey takes about 30 minutes, with stops announced in both French and English. But be sure to keep your ticket handy, as you'll definitely need it to exit at the airport. You'll then arrive directly at the terminals, with stops at both Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. I found the metro to be a great way to reach the airport. It was straightforward, it was affordable and efficient, and all without the hassle of having to deal with the Paris traffic. Now, although it was very busy today with the Olympics starting off, if I ever come back to Paris at any point in the future, I would definitely choose the metro over a taxi if you're travelling from the city centre to the airport. Now, I was travelling home with British Airways in Club Europe or their business class. Now, having checked in online, I didn't need to queue up or check in at the airport, and with no luggage to drop off, I was able to go straight through security, enjoying the fast-track access provided for business class passengers. The entire process took about 5 minutes, which was fantastic, and my ticket also included lounge access. British Airways uses the prime class lounge at Charles de Gaulle Airport, and after a hectic journey across Paris, I was in need of a drink and some refreshments, so I headed straight into the lounge to see what was on offer. I really enjoyed the prime class lounge, and I believe this is where British Airways finally outshines the Eurostar. The lounge featured a well-stocked wine bar, a self-serve soft drink fridge, and coffee machines. The food options were impressive, including croque monsieur, pear tart, various cold salads, cheeses and meats. There was also hot options like pasta and beef stroganoff. I sampled the pasta and beef stroganoff, a portion of croque monsieur, and washed it all down with a 7-Up. Now, everything was delicious, but it's no surprise that even the lounges in France offer such high quality food. I stayed in the lounge right up until my flight was due to depart. Eventually, the agent called my flight number, signalling that it was time to head to the gate. We were departing from gate C89, and with my business class ticket, I enjoyed priority boarding, which allowed me to be among the first passengers to board the plane. Today I was sat in seat 4A, which is at the back of the Club Europe or business class section. Now, for those new here to my channel, this seat is a business class seat with British Airways. It's basically an economy seat with the seat next door to you used as a tray table to share between you and the person sat in the aisle seat. The flight from Paris to London is only 40 minutes, so this setup is manageable for such a short journey. However, beware that British Airways also uses these seats on some longer routes, which might not be as comfortable. I took a quick look around the cabin and noticed some rather unusual marks. It seemed like there might have been some painting, or perhaps even British Airways has called the decorators in to update their older cabins, but either way, the seats did appear a bit worn and could definitely use a freshen up.
And worn whenever the seatbelt signs are on. This is fastened and adjusted like this.
Right after takeoff, a drink service and a meal were served at the same time. I wasn't offered a menu, and by the time the attendant reached me, the only option left was a goat cheese salad. Although I had already eaten in the lounge at the airport, having only one meal choice available in a business class cabin with just 4 rows is disappointing. This was supposed to be an evening meal, and not everyone has time to visit the lounge before the flight. Now, unfortunately, I didn't finish my meal. The dessert just tasted cheaply made and it lacked any flavour. Perhaps I was spoiled by the excellent food over on the Eurostar, but on a brighter note, I managed to capture some great footage of a clear night as we arrived in London. So let me quickly summarise as you enjoyed a landing into Heathrow. The Eurostar business class ticket averages at around £550 for a return trip from London to Paris. Now in comparison, a return ticket with British Airways costs about £450. Now believe it or not, the journey times are roughly the same. The flight itself is only 40 minutes, while the Eurostar journey takes about 2.5 hours. However, the time spent at the airport negates the time saved on the plane, making the total time travel similar for both options. Now in my opinion, the Eurostar wins the onboard service department hands down, and the onboard food and dining experience is way nicer than British Airways. You'd be happy with your meal even if it was served in a restaurant, and I feel with Club Europe, especially over the last couple of years, the food quality and portion sizes have gone down, and I can't actually remember the last time I enjoyed an onboard meal service in Club Europe, which is a shame as I'm a huge BA fan and want them always to be the best. So when heading to Paris, even though the Eurostar is slightly more expensive, it remains the best choice. Despite the number of passengers on my train, they managed to handle everything efficiently and offer a variety of food options which I found excellent. And I hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I have some exciting reviews coming up, including Jet2, EasyJet, Hard Rock Hotel Tenerife and Aer Lingus. So if you could hit the like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated, and see you again soon.